What's up, YouTube? It's the Country CEO back again with another video, giving you the game on getting started in the dump truck business. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, give us a comment. We'll be glad to respond to you. Today's video, I want to talk about best decisions I made when I started in the dump truck business. The best decisions that I made when I started in the dump truck business. Here we go. Number one, best decision I made when I started in the dump truck business is I drove my own truck. I didn't stick someone on the truck. I got the license myself, and I drove my own truck. Many times I see sometimes some guys want to get into the business. They got the means to get the truck, but they want to stick driving there for whatever reason. I don't know if they don't have the license. Or they just had no intention of driving themselves, but they stick a drive in the truck. Well, there can be some detriments in that because, number one, you need to learn the ins and outs of this business. And the only way you're going to truly learn the ins and outs to the full extent and learn all the things you need to know, you need to be a driver. You need to be the one getting up, going out, seeing what you're seeing, experiencing what you're experiencing. And then it's just a little bit different feel when you go to these places and they're talking to the owner and not the driver, right? And so in the beginning, you know, later on, if you want to scale up, get more trucks, that's fine. But I just believe in the beginning, you ought to drive that truck yourself so you can learn all the ins and outs about that truck, about the business, and I think that'll be something that's going to benefit you in the long run. I know it did me. It helped me to understand the ins and outs, and even when I did scale up and got other trucks and hired drivers, well, guess what? Because I was a driver, because I've been out there, drivers couldn't shoot no game on me or tell me fibs or about anything concerning the truck or why they did this or did that, because guess what? I had been out there myself. All right. And so another rule of thumb with that is that you shouldn't own anything that you can't drive yourself. Right. All right. So best decision I know that I made, and I think it'd be helpful for anyone, is to drive the truck yourself so you can learn all the ins and outs. Number two, second thing I did, best decision I made was to hire a CPA to do my books. And so what this did was this allowed me not to be able to depend on anybody else to handle my bookkeeping and that. I didn't trust myself to do it. I didn't have anybody else to do it. And so I hired a CPA to do that. And what that did was that kept me out of IRS trouble. That made sure that I give the government, Uncle Sam, what he should have. And that kept me out of trouble. I know many guys that have gotten in trouble because they didn't properly file their taxes quarterly or didn't give Uncle Sam the proper amount that he was due. And then later on, it came back to bite them and they ended up in trouble with the IRS. So brother, sister, whoever you are, get a CPA to do your books unless that happens to be your wife or something, or you're an accountant as well. All right. So that was the second best decision I think I made, was to hire a CPA to do my books. Third thing, best decision I made when I started was to put myself on a salary. I counted up the cost of what my bills were on a weekly basis, and I basically paid myself the same thing on a weekly basis. I knew that the business had to get a chance to gain revenue and to grow, and so I just basically wanted enough just to pay my bills and put $100 in my pocket every week, and I made that $100 last to the end of the week. Right? I made some sacrifices because I understood that I was trying to build a business, and this is what it was going to take in order for me to give the business some breathing room to grow. All right. And so again, put myself on a salary, enough to pay my bills, enough to put $100 in my pocket every week. Did that for a good while. One of the best decisions that I ever made. All right. Fourth thing I did, one of the best decisions I made, was put money aside for maintenance. The reality of it is the truck is a machine. It's going to break down. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. And so as I was making money, I had this separate account, and I called it my maintenance account. Still do it even right now, that I make sure that I'm sticking 150, 200 bucks over there every week. And then that way I'm gaining growing a maintenance account that'll be there for when breakdowns happen, tires, oil changes, whatever the case may be. All right. And so that's the thing. That's one of the best decisions I made, put money to the side for maintenance. I've seen too many guys don't put any money to the side. Truck breaks down. They don't have any money to fix the truck. They got to go borrow money, get deeper into that, add another bill, and you're trying to grow a business and you're adding more bills that you shouldn't have to add. All right? And so another thing that I did, best decision, it kind of goes in part with living on the salary, is that I chose to live conservatively, all right, until I built up a sure foundation. I chose to live conservatively. I understood the fact that this business had to get revenue built up. The account needed to be built up to a decent amount of money. All right, and so I lived conservatively. I didn't go out there being flamboyant, buying things that I didn't need. I lived conservative probably for the whole first year or so, you know, just trying to build that thing up and to get it to where it needed to be. All right, so live conservatively. And then the last thing, best decision I made was just to work constantly. Can to can't, as we say down here in the South, sun up, sun down, Saturdays, Sundays, nights, whatever it was. Best decision I made was to have the work ethic to say, I'm going to get it. Don't matter if they want me to come. I've worked in rainstorms. If they're working, it didn't matter. Consistently working will get you where you need to be. It will build that business. All right? I say that because I know guys. I've seen guys work 2 days a week, take the rest of the week off. Work 4 days, take 1 day off. Right? Guess what? That 1 day that they left on the table at the end of the week, that's 3 or 4 tanks of fuel. That's their insurance note. So they're leaving money on the table, and then that hurts you in the long run. All right, and so I hope these things have been helpful. These are some of the best decisions that I've made as I got into the dump truck business. They brought me from a long way, and these principles still work even now. Till the next time, this is the Country CEO. Hit the subscribe button, share this video if it's been helpful to you. We'll be back with you with another video at a later date. Peace.